It's the Waxing Gibbous, and that is all about refining the person that you are, the woman that you are, so that you can hold everything that is coming to you, everything that you desire, everything that you have been evolving towards. That's the energy that's around us right now. And I don't know if this is going to be one that I'm going to share with everybody in the world and just put it out there on my YouTube or not, because I'm really you see, when it says like you're a self-projected projector and you hear the truth in your words, it's like I answer myself. And at the minute I said, I don't think I'm going to put this out on YouTube, there was a little voice that said, yeah, you will, because this is important for people to, if they're following your journey, to see this as well. So I guess I heard myself there. So I'm funky. I'm still funky. I'm still frustrated. I'm still in this energy of discomfort that started yesterday. And I kind of do know what it is. And it potentially is linked to this lunar energy right now. Because the lunar energy is kind of saying to us right now that this is about, we're just before the full moon, we're refining who we are so that we can hold what's coming. And there has definitely been an element of that in the past 10 days. And you will know that I've gone from, you may not know here on YouTube actually, because I didn't post so much. So I talked the other day about how I haven't been on here recording. I haven't done very many shorts or anything over the last kind of 10 days. And it's mainly because I've just been enjoying being in the frequency. And being in the frequency of this woman who I've slowly become over the last however long. And that woman was really kind of at peace with herself, just accepting of who she is. I've gone through a process over, I can see it kind of going back years now. I've gone through a process of not like releasing the need for, I'll say validation. I don't know if validation is the right word to use, but you know, I don't need people to see my point of view. I don't need people to understand where I'm coming from. This is me, this is who I am. You understand that or you don't, you know? And I feel like that's been a process that I've been going through for a little while now. You know, if you don't like my posts, then and my videos, and you don't comment and stuff like that, or you don't see, I'm not bothered, because these are not to gain likes, I mean, I guess they are to, you know, the intent and purpose behind my recordings is not, I am putting this out there so that, you know, I can gain likes and gain followers. You know, if I was doing that, I would maybe be like, hey, 5 steps to do with the waxing gibbous. You know, it would maybe be more like that, or things to notice during the waxing gibbous energy phases, or I don't know, it would probably be more like that. Whereas this is, I'm in waxing gibbous energy right now. And this is what it's making me feel. And this is what I'm going through. And this serves 2 purposes, as we know. I get to self-project, I get to hear my truth in what I'm saying, and you get to listen in and be a bit of a fly on the wall to what it is like living an energy-led life. And potentially as I'm talking through things, you might find things that are like, oh, you know, and you find your own direction because of what I'm talking about. And that's why these videos, that's what these videos are for. And they are replacing my paper journaling, which is also very interesting because right now I would potentially have sat and done some paper journaling, and instead I am here and I am recording. And because of that, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know where this is going to take me. I just know that I need to work my way through this because right now, life isn't feeling aligned. I'm not feeling aligned. And that's where this discomfort, this frustration, this bitterness is showing up for me. So bitterness so success and bitterness are the two kind of flags that, I say flags like hot and cold, red flags, green flags, whatever. Success and bitterness are those flags for a human design projector. If you're feeling successful, and that doesn't mean success in the way that we're taught success, loads of money in the bank, loads of status. Success is feeling successful. It's a feeling, not a status, if that makes sense. So, if you can imagine what it feels like to feel successful in your life, when I feel that, I know I'm on the right track. And when I start feeling bitterness, using words like fed up, frustrated, discomfort, uncomfortable, I know that that I'm on the wrong path in some way, shape or form. And that doesn't mean I have to turn my whole life upside down. That's not at all what it means. It means I'm on the wrong path as far as potentially my narration of my story is. Because that narration that we have spinning around our heads, if you are someone who has that kind of voice in your head, I do have a narrator in my head. And I also, because I am the projector, I have like a seer, like a bird's eye view vibe, and I can often be above my life, looking in on it and narrating the moment. And it can be sometimes that when I'm in this bitterness and this feeling that I'm not narrating my own world, or I'm narrating my own world from a perspective that is misaligned. So I find when I'm not seeing into my world that I don't see how amazing it is. I don't see how amazing my life is. And then that can make me misaligned. I can also be seeing into my world, but narrating it from a perspective of not being good enough, not doing enough, lots of things, life feels heavy, life is about survival, I'm not happy, I'm tired, this is stressing me out, I can't keep up, those kind of words. If I'm narrating my world with those words, which are beliefs and limitations and conditions, then I also kind of feel misaligned. So this isn't always about, I need to pack in my job because I'm clearly misaligned. No, it's often about the beliefs, the limitations, the conditions that we're applying when we're looking in on our world. So something's coming through right now about my higher self connection and a meditation that I used to do regularly, where I visited my higher self. And she showed me who she was without the beliefs, the limits, the conditions. Showed me who I was deep down, underneath the beliefs, limits and conditions. And used to leave me with a message. The fact that I'm being shown that is potentially me being called to do that. Okay. Let's park that for now. Where are your practices? Are you practicing the things that you want to practice? Are you dedicating yourself? Are you being disciplined? Are you being the woman who can hold those practices? Whoa, Waxing Gibbous. Am I being the woman who can hold the practices that I want to have on my day-to-day life to stay in alignment? Am I being that woman? Right now, can I hold that? Right now, I'm not holding that. I'm not carrying that. So, why am I not holding that? Why am I not carrying that? Tiredness. It always comes back to tiredness for me. It always comes back to tiredness. And yet, I know that sleep doesn't re-energize me. So what re-energizes me? Eating good food, doing things that lights me up, moving. What am I doing that lights me up? Because that generates a frequency. When I talk about my practices, what are my practices? What are the practices that I want to have in my life? Movement, strength training. Strength training is so important to me, and yet it's also something that I don't do. Cardio training is so important to me, and yet also something I don't do. Eating well, eating clean, eating foods full of life force energy is also important to me, and yet it's something that I'm not doing. Something that the Gail today, the Gail of yesterday, and the Gail of Monday isn't doing. And it's not feeling good. And that's why I'm feeling this energy, because I'm not holding the things in my day that are important as important. I'm not holding them as a priority. So what am I prioritizing? If I'm not prioritizing the things that give me energy and make me feel good and move my life forwards, what am I prioritizing? I'm prioritizing work. And then I'm prioritizing numbness. I'm prioritizing laying in the bath. So I'm working late. So Matthew comes in, he gets in the bath. I'm working late. He gets out of the bath, I get in the bath. I scroll or play my audiobook. And right now that audiobook doesn't seem to have got me. And is that because I'm not really paying attention to it? I'm just using it to numb rather than using it to activate. That was something that came through quite a lot the other day. This book that I'm reading should be listening to. This book that I'm listening to should be activating me, and nothing's being activated. That said, I also know that my process with books tends to be read once for the actual joy of the story, listen to the story, get through the story. And then the reread is where I see the connection, I see the dots, I see the evolution. Which is the same for life, really, which is why I record these. I like to look back and see how I got here. That's why I do this. So, what's brought me to this place today? What's brought me to being here right now under the Waxing Gibbous lunar energy, which is asking me to become the woman, to refine myself, to do whatever, to become the woman who can hold all the things that I've kind of asked for, all the things that I've desired, all the things that I am moving towards. Am I the woman who can hold the things that I am moving towards? all the areas of expansion that I'm asking for. If I want more health, am I the woman who can hold that? Can I hold that health? If I was given that health right now in my hands, could I hold it? And the way that I think of that is, if someone just gave me a puppy in my hands right now and asked me to hold it in my life, do I have the space, the time, the finances, the abilities to look after this puppy, to hold it, to carry it in my life? If someone gave me health, 100% super health tomorrow, what would it mean to hold that? So it would mean taking care of my body. It would mean preparing healthy meals. It would mean drinking water. It would mean taking care of this body. Could I hold that right now? No, because right now I'm not doing that stuff. If someone gave me an expansion of wealth right now into my hands, could I hold that? Am I taking care of my money? Am I appreciating my money? Am I loving on my money right now? Because if I'm not, then I can't hold that right now either. And then the self, this energy-led woman. Am I her? Yes. Everything that I do is linked to energy. I focus energy first, energy first, energy first. But to really step into that vision I have of energy-led woman, or the next vision, or the up level, or the one that I see as expanding from where I am right now, that means going deeper into it. Can I hold that right now? I'm not giving myself the space, the ability, the time to do so. Am I slowing down time, or am I speeding up time with my actions every day? Am I slowing down time, speeding up time with my intentions every day? Do I go up to do my skincare and in my head just like, oh, let's get this done quickly so that I can get on with the next step? Or am I in the moment lighting candles, doing rituals, slowing it down? That's the test of whether I can hold it. There was a woman about a week and a bit ago who was so ready to step into this expansion and was aligned. The energy was like, the alignment was so there. The feeling good was so there. And then a week later, having dealt with, come back into the daily routine, here she is in discomfort, frustration, bitterness, not feeling that success energy, not feeling that success energy flow. That tells me there's got to be some kind of pivot. I've got to pivot. I've got to change something. Something is not aligning with who I am in my soul and who I know. I want to say become. It's not about becoming. I want to expand my life. I want my life to be bigger. To be bigger than just the job. To be bigger than just this home. I want to travel. to be bigger than the health that I've got, to be bigger than the wealth that I've got. I want an expansion. But I'm not aligned to that expansion because I can't carry it. Can't hold it right now. So what do I need to do to be able to hold it? Because that's all about my day-to-day actions. It's little moments, it's that stacking. It's like I said, it's making the skincare moment a ritual, not just let's get this done so I can move on to the next thing. It's giving myself space, it's giving myself time. It's, you know, it's actually maybe setting the intention in the morning to slow down time. You know, at the moment I wake up, and when I wake up I'm already behind because I'm not waking up on my own alarm and my own agenda, my own intention. I'm waking up when Matt sets his alarm. And so I've already lost time, lost space, lost room for that expansion. And yet, right now as I'm saying that, I'm kind of saying, but I'm so tired. And this is the vicious circle that I find myself in sometimes. As a projector, I've got no motor. I need to activate. And I kind of, it's like the chicken and egg. The chicken and egg. I need to activate energy to have energy to do the things that I want to do. But the things that I want to do actually activate the energy to do the things that I want to do. So at some point, I've got to suck it up and say, no matter how tired I am in this moment, I will. That feels really hard. Let me just take that back. That feels really hard. We're looking for the path of least resistance. We're looking for the path of ease. So then I kind of say to myself, well, if I'm looking for the path of ease and I'm looking for the path of least resistance, then that is frequency first. Because this is where we can utilize our imaginations, because I can activate a frequency within me through using my imagination. I can imagine what it feels like to be full of energy. I can imagine what it feels like to be geared up and wanting to go and work out. I can imagine that. I can create that frequency around me. And by creating that frequency around me, I kickstart the cycle. Clearly, that's where I need to be. It's what I know. I'm kind of saying to myself in my head, is this it? Is this it? Is this the piece? Is this the piece that I need to focus on? How do I disrupt the autopilot that I have found myself on? And it's intentionality and it's ritual. That's how I disrupt it. Maybe it's scripting. Maybe it's writing the story first. Writing the story of my morning. Writing the story of the day where I'm full of energy. Maybe it's writing the story first. Maybe it's recording the story first. Maybe it's recording so I hear it in my voice. Maybe that's it. What do I know about today? That's what I know.